I'm about to make hash browns. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take 2 potatoes, and I'm gonna use this half of the grater, and I'm gonna grate it onto this cheesecloth. Trying to get as much of this out of the grater as I can. All right. So now I'm going to take this cheesecloth, and I'm going to wring out as much liquid as possible. I'm going to wring out as much liquid from this as possible. Make this as dry as humanly possible. Yeah, that's the key to good hash brown, is wringing out all this liquid. Twisting it around, trying to wring out as much as possible of this liquid, so I can get these as dry as possible and get the best hash browns possible. See all this liquid? Just keep wringing it out. Using this cheesecloth. See, I'm mashing it together with my 2 hands. Trying to get as much out of this as possible. Squeezing it as much as I can. Pour this out, pour all the starches off of it. Might even try twisting it. Much of this starch off as I can. Yeah, I think I've gotten most of it off. I've gotten most of it off. Because there's nothing else coming out. No matter how hard I squeeze, there's nothing else coming out of it. So I got most of it off. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to empty this into the bowl. Empty the hash brown into the bowl. Empty it out of the cheesecloth into the bowl. See, that's your dry hash brown. Or that's your dry potatoes. So now I'm going to take 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder here. One-half of a teaspoon of onion powder. Or 1/2 of a teaspoon of onion powder. Add it to the mix. Then I'm going to mix it and incorporate it. I'm going to mix it in and incorporate it. Then I'm going to take my heated skillet and I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of oil to it. One tablespoon of oil. And also 1 tablespoon of butter. Add 1 tablespoon of butter as well. Let this melt. Let this melt. Okay, now I'm going to add my hash browns. I'm going to add a sheet of it. A sheet of hash brown. A sheet of potatoes, I should say, not hash brown, potatoes. And I'm going to evenly spread it like this. And I'm going to cook that for about 6 minutes on each side. Okay, I let it cook on one side for like 8 minutes. Now I'm going to flip it over. I could have done a better job at flipping it. A lot better job, but You got to press down on it to make sure it solidifies. Kind of press it together so it solidifies. I probably have to put too much in here too. You want to use like smaller portion sizes when you're doing these, so that it's flippable, so you can flip them, the hash browns. And now what I want to do is I want to put a little bit of salt. A little bit of salt. Sprinkle a little bit of salt on it. And a little bit of pepper. Sprinkle a little bit of pepper on there. As I said, I made this a little bit too big. That's why it's so hard to flip it over. Yeah, you don't want to make them this big to where you can't flip them over. And you want to let each side saute for 6 minutes. Actually, I'm gonna cut this in half like this so I can flip them over easier. But you want to let each side saute for 6 minutes. Okay, yep. You just let each side saute for 6 minutes before flipping it over, and that's your hash brown.